and then the other guy was just way too slow. So it was like no in between. So I was like, you know, fucking fighter ego. I was like, I can fucking drive a jet ski, boom, and just boom, started cranking that shit like, boom. I think I hit like maybe 45, 50 miles per hour or something like that. Yeah. Then like I start cutting it a little too close to the trees, and I hit a wake, and before I could even like figure it out, poof, like hard right, straight up the bank,
right into the island.
It felt like I was in a legitimate accident. Like I was torn from the jet ski. Like I felt myself in the air. Like I felt my feet. Like definitely not. Like
that's crazy.
I only regret is like it wasn't on camera.
Real show. Here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, FE. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
All right, Champ and the Tramp, welcome back. We have none other than Sijara Eubanks, number 15th ranked bantamweight in the UFC right now. I'm going to call you a runner-up to Ultimate Fighter or what? I don't know.
Technically a runner-up,
I guess.
I think?
Not really. I don't know.
I don't know.
She made it to the finale of the Ultimate Fighter and had some weight issues. Killing it right now in the UFC. You're a 4-time medalist in World Jiu-Jitsu Championships.
7 times if you count the lower belts.
Oh, 7 times. Yeah. Okay, so I seen. I looked at Wikipedia and shit. And
he did the cliff notes.
So okay, so you're obviously an accomplished athlete. You know, jiu-jitsu. What jiu-jitsu was your first combat sport, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I hadn't done anything before jiu-jitsu actually.
Like no athletics whatsoever? Or?
No, I don't think high school counts.
Oh, what do you mean? That high school count?
Well, okay, so I played basketball in high school, but I played like seriously all of like 6 minutes my entire senior year. Like,
all right, okay.
Like you know what I mean. And I played a little bit of tennis. I did walk on for a small HBCU. I went to Morgan, did walk on tennis. But definitely the first combat sport was jiu-jitsu. I didn't start that till I was like 22.
Yeah. Oh wow, really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you started with down in Baltimore, right? Area?
Yeah, like PG area, right outside of DC. I started at a Lloyd's gym.
Lloyd's, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Started training or grew up in that area?
No, started training in that area. I grew up in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh, right on. I'm from Maine.
Yeah, New England, baby.
England, yeah, all day.
Yeah.
New England.
Technically I'm a maniac, but
maniac. Mass hole.
Yeah.
He sucks cock.
Exactly how it sounds right there too. I lost my accent a little bit though.
I did too. Yeah. I've been here 22
It comes
years.
out.
A little bit. Certain words, like you said, car, bar, anything that ends in AR sounds like AH.
Depends what's in your mouth.
See, this guy, he loves it. He loves it. I think he's got a thing for me. I do. I really do. You're just waiting for me to transition over to your side.
Get out of here.
You do.
So. Now you say you grew up in Mass. How'd you end up in Virginia or out in that area?
So after school, I was going to school. My dad lived in Prince George's County for a couple of years after my parents split. He went down there, and so I kind of wanted to be closer to my dad. So I grew up at my mom's house, and so I was like, all right, like I'll be an hour away from my dad. So I went to Morgan State in Baltimore. He was living just outside of DC. I dropped out of school because I just didn't like it much and couldn't figure out what I was doing. So while I was dropped out, I was like, all right, well, I might as well do something. Because I was a super chunky kid, too. I was like 200. Yeah, I was like 200 pounds.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, like.
Until when?
Until I started doing jiu-jitsu.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
I was like, all right, like I got really fat. So
but even if you were just doing tennis and basketball, 200 pounds would be a lot of weight. I mean, that's still, you're doing athletics. Were you that big when you were doing high school sports?
I was about $160 in high school.
Oh, wow.
$170. Yeah, I was pretty chunky. I was pretty husky. Yeah. I carried it well.
Apparently
I had a lot of muscle under it. I wasn't too round, but I was definitely heavy.
So day one, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, walking in the gym, you weighed 2 bills.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. I remember my first tournament ever, I weighed in at 198.
Wow.
And poor girl I fought had to been like $117 easily.
That's great.
She had to be like a $117, like soaking wet. Poor girl, mauled her. That's great.
Size does matter in some, well, not in Frankie's marriage, but in some combat sports. Clearly, it does matter. Obviously.
Yeah, for 2 white belt girls who had been doing jiu-jitsu a week and a half, it definitely mattered to that poor girl that day.
Yeah. So how long until you started till you competed?
So I was only doing jiu-jitsu like 2 weeks before I started doing tournaments.
Oh wow! So
yeah,
you just jumped, you dived in all the way.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing better to do.
Just bit the bug bit you, right? I mean,
like so I had been watching. So I guess I had been watching UFC on like YouTube and like back when it was on Spike.
Yeah.
And so I used to watch like, I don't know, like I got the bug through the TV. Like, damn, this is crazy shit these guys are doing. Like, this is cool. And like for some day, like I was like, I should try that. Like, what made me want to try the type of shit I saw on TV? Like, I remember watching you fight. Like, I remember watching you get at a knee bar with Tyson. I remember like watching it in my dad's basement. And one day I was like, I'm gonna try martial arts because
I remember I obviously watched that too, cringing. That looked so deep at the time, and you didn't tap, man.
No,
I just kept slugging him to his
Yeah.
ribs. I was like, what the hell is going on?
When you talk about a size difference, we were talking about size. Tyson was a monster compared to him. That's when they only had, that was 155 was it, right? That was it.
He was super short, but he was thick as fuck.
Yeah, his legs, bro, were
I remember
massive.
weigh-ins. I was like, yeah, I'm bigger than this dude. Then after, I'm like, look across the cage. I'm like, holy shit, what happened to this dude?
Got huge problem.
Yeah,
but it was cool. I just got into it after work, really, because I was bored and like I lost a couple pounds just
like, by training, right?
Yeah, just by training.
And that definitely piqued your interest more, I imagine, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I lost like my first 20 pounds just training every day, and then quit my job and. I was training at Lloyd's, and he was like, "Well, like, what are you doing that you're here all day?" I was like, "I don't know. I quit my job, dropped out of school, and just like hanging out. It's the only fun I've ever had."
Yeah.
He's like, "You want to work for me?" So I was like, "Sure." And then just took off. Yeah, so I just stayed. I was just gym rat.
That's
there
awesome.
all day, every day.
And you got your black belt with Lloyd?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it took me like 5 years, maybe.
Wow, that's impressive.
I love the little backstories. What were you doing for work that you quit?
I was working like a desk job.
This guy was a plumber.
Cubicle. I've heard the plumber stories.
Yeah.
No, I was working a desk job. I was actually my dad hooked me up with a sweet little cubicle job, and they kept trying to get me to like join the union and like make that my life. And I was like, I'd rather shoot myself than work here the rest of my life.
That's what I did, and I want to shoot myself every day. So
yeah, but you're not in a cubicle.
No, I actually do not hate my job in any way, shape, or form. But
I was definitely like a little typer, grunter, kind of temp worker type of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we're made for that.
No way. I hated it then. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but it worked out.
Oh yeah, absolutely worked out. How long into a jiu-jitsu career were you like, all right, I want to start dabbling in fighting?
Pretty early on, because it was kind of the fighting that got me into the jiu-jitsu in the first place. But when I first went to Lloyd's, I was like, man, I want to do MMA. And he was like, okay, like, do you have a base in anything? I was like, a what? Like, what are you talking about? So he was like, man, you got to pick something to sort of master first. And so I was like, oh yeah, jiu-jitsu. I just loved it more than I had like the striking at the time, the boxing or the wrestling. But I went into jiu-jitsu knowing that the end goal was going to be I just wanted to fight once. Like I was like, man, I just want to take like a smoker or like an amateur fight and see what happens. So it was kind of always the goal was MMA. So
it's crazy because to watch your fights now, you don't hit the ground that much. You're pretty amazing on your feet. It's crazy.
I keep telling myself, like, next fight, I'm going to take it to the ground more.
Yeah.
I just
think
start
we all
boxing.
say that. We all say that.
Yeah. I just got out there, start boxing, and I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Now, you grow up fighting at all? Like, getting in fights as a kid?
Not really. No, not really. So, like, I was the bruiser on the basketball team. Yeah. Like, that was what I did. I didn't score much.
The enforcer?
I just went to go, like, foul chicks and set picks. And if I had the ball, like, I passed it. Okay. That was the goal. So
you were the broadman of your team?
Yeah, I was always the ruffian. And even when I played tennis, like, super non-contact.
Charging that and shit.
But yeah, no, like, I'm breaking my racket. I'm like getting fouls because I'm like, this bitch is cheating. Like, that was out. Like, so I was always like.
So you always had that fire inside you.
Yeah.
But you fight like that too, you know. Mm-hmm. Definitely fight with a little chip on your shoulder. I mean, you have to. So you placed what bronze? You got bronze, gold in all the world championships.
So
silver,
black belt. I got to silver at black belt.
Okay.
And then in some of the
all gi stuff.
I got some no gi titles too. Yeah. I got some no gi titles too. My first year at black belt, I got bronze. Second year, I got silver, and after that, I got into the Ultimate Fighter.
Okay, yeah.
So, that was it. I never got that gold medal in the gi.
Yeah. Now, bigger and better things now. Let's say that.
Very much.
So when you You had any fights before you even went to Ultimate Fighter? You did. You were fighting Invicta before that, right?
I had three
fights before
I went to the Ultimate Fighter. And Caitlin was one of them.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Caitlin was my second pro fight.
I don't know how that turned out. I didn't know that. Who won?
Caitlin won.
Okay.
Unanimous decision. Yeah.
That was CFFC.
Mm-hmm.
Was that here in Jersey?
Atlantic City.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had no idea she was a Jersey girl.
Oh, wow.
We're driving up to Atlantic City, and there's a big, giant fucking billboard of Caitlin.
Yeah, you're like,
and I
what
look
the
over at my guys like, what the hell is this? Like, where are we going?
Oh, she's a Jersey girl? I thought she was Long Island. She moved?
Well, no, I think she's really a PA girl, but
Yeah.
she lived in Jersey for a long time.
Okay.
And now
Okay.
she moved to,
But
she's a tri-state girl.
She was more local than me.
Yeah.
That's what-
Yeah.
I was like, they got a billboard of this one.
Yeah.
Uh,
He set you up for failure over here. What the fuck?
I was like, I thought this was going to be neutral, guys.
They had a billboard of Frankie, and then they still had room to advertise 4 other things because he was so little on it.
Yeah.
They had room to like put some more sponsors on. No, it was cool.
Roger wasn't on there. No one wanted to fucking have his name on a billboard.
This is true. Facts.
Can't argue
It
that.
probably will never be on a billboard, but I accept it.
So was it after your fight with Caitlin where you tried out for Ultimate Fighter? Or
One more
fight?
after that.
One more fight?
One more
And
after that.
where was the tryouts?
I think trials were in Vegas.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Do you remember how it was set up? Because I tried out for Ultimate Fighter back in 2005.
For real.
And I didn't make it, but it was set up. I mean,
Who were the coaches on that one?
it was BJ and Jens Pulver actually.
That'd
were
have
the
been
coaches, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
watching that season.
Kind of funny how that worked out.
Yeah.
BJ was the coach. You ended up beating him 3
Right,
times after that.
right.
I was about to say, yeah.
Well, it's funny 'cause Joe Lazon was on that show, and he actually beat Jens Pulver
Yeah.
before he even was
Right,
on the
I
show.
remember
Yeah,
that. That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
crazy.
Yeah, he was kind of a nobody when he
yeah.
beat him. Yeah.
So, how was the tryouts back in Vegas when you tried out? How were they set up?
So we were set up. You came in and you had to do a pad session, a grappling session, and then if you made it through that cut,
Okay,
you
yeah.
went to an interview session.
Yeah.
And then if you made it through that cut, you stayed on in Vegas through the week, and you had to clear
Tests
medicals.
and stuff,
Probably enter the pool or whatever kind of bullshit they had us do.
Yeah, I remember I did that. I did the grappling, and I did the pad work, and I did the producer stuff. I'm like, I did really well.
What do you think it was? Yeah,
in
what do you
all
think
that
it
stuff.
was that you didn't make it?
I was just a quiet dude,
Quiet kid, yeah.
I really wasn't a big attention seeker, you know what I mean? And I don't know if they had other guys. I mean, they had a pretty stacked season. That season was, Lazon, Nate Diaz, who else was on that?
You say Lazon, you mean Lozon, right?
Lazon, whatever, Lazon.
Hey, listen,
Lozon.
you would correct the shit out of me if I said that.
Joe Lazon.
Joe Lozon. Joe Lozon, yeah.
J-Lo.
Another Massachusetts guy.
Lozon. Lozon.
Is
Yeah,
it?
he calls himself J-Lo.
J-Lo, yeah.
J-Lozon.
Okay, maybe I have it wrong, but isn't he the
Same,
kid
yeah.
from Mass? Isn't
Uh-huh.
he? Him and his brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Lozon, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
You're saying Lazon. You keep saying Lazon.
J-Lozon.
Lozon. J. Lozon. I had to sound it out.
So
You're
yeah,
confusing me now. But you were saying Lazon. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so before you interrupted me.
Yeah, rudely.
Rudely interrupted
Only did to you what you would do to me, and you would put a saddle on me and ride me for a half hour over it. But go
Listen,
ahead.
that's later, okay? Don't get too excited.
Later, all right.
Yeah, nah. He's big enough to ride though, for sure.
Yeah, you would know.
But when I walked in, or when I got called to the center to go against whatever, I shake Dana's hand. Dana looks at me. He's like, "You don't look like a 55-pounder." Right away, I'm
He
like,
said that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, I fought 70 2 fights ago, and I did. Which the guy was a small 70, but I fought 70 because the guy didn't make weight. And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." And then I get called. The guy, my opponent, was this fucking juice. Like, this dude looked like he was a juice bomb. I'm like, "Holy shit!" I pulled the biggest fucking dude in the tryouts. And this dude thought he was gonna muscle me around. I fucking snapped his head down. I just started front choking him for the fucking minute, just straight, And then, but I thought I was gonna make it. And there was a kid with me from local kid. We both went down, and we both made it all the way there. I'm like, "Oh, we made it, bro. We're gonna get a call." He got a call before we landed. I'm like, "Damn, look." He still didn't make it all the way, but I never.
Who was it? Who was the kid?
Kevin Roddy.
I heard the name.
He's a local guy. Fought a bunch.
Yeah.
We came up together in the early days.
So he made it or didn't make it?
No, he didn't make it.
He didn't
No,
make it.
no,
Okay.
no. But yeah, so when you get called, you're in Vegas. You stayed. Did you ever go back home, or boom, you started filming right then and there?
No, so we had to stay for like a week for like
Mhm.
medicals, and then
Mhm.
they flew us home, and then we had to come back for the filming.
Yeah.
And so at the time, I was actually super broke, and I was like between fights I know I was gonna do. I was between teams. I had left Lloyd's. I was super broke, and I got a one-way ticket to Vegas actually.
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
Yeah, and so I was like, nah, they have to take me because
That's
I
it.
can't
That's
get back home.
That's sort of genius thinking. That's like you can't fail. I love that.
I burned the
I
ships.
love that.
Yeah,
I
burn
burned
the
the
ships.
ships.
Yeah.
I was a fighter for real. I was like, all right.
I love that.
I was we had just had our baby. She was like 3 months old. I told my girl, I was like, all right, if I don't make it on the Ultimate Fighter, then we ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
Like, let's go, baby. And so I got a one-way ticket, and
So talk about that. You have you adopted a 3-month-old?
so no, me and my girl were together until
Yeah.
we planned her. We had her together. So
Oh.
I did have to adopt her later because
Okay.
we're not married. So in order for me to like legally be her mom,
Okay.
I had to adopt her. But no, we planned her together.
That's amazing.
So biologically, she's my girl's daughter.
That's
but
amazing.
yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah,
Right on.
she's 3.5 now.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's cutie, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
You bring her to the gym
Yeah,
sometimes?
she
Oh, yeah.
all the time,
Awesome.
Yeah.
I got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, so I can relate. Do you,
Yeah.
you get much sleep?
No, no.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was
Exactly.
trying to catch a nap on the way here. It's like, oh, look at this, middle of the day, nothing to do, and she's like bouncing on, and she's like, all kids are like, 3.5. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
You guys,
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys got older kids than I do, but like she's.
They say terrible 2s, but I think 3s were worse. Honestly,
Yeah,
I do.
like,
I do.
I'm still waiting, bro. I got an 11 and a 10. Those are
Yeah.
terrible 11s. Terrible 10s.
man, she's just nonstop.
Yeah.
She's just pew, 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 pew,
Yeah.
pew, 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 pew.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah, nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just signed her up from I went to the YMCA. I'm like, whatever, sign her up for everything. Just
Yeah.
please give her something to do.
The Y's open?
The Y just opened in Freehold.
Okay.
And I
Didn't
was
they?
like, there for
I heard
the
they
first day.
transformed the one in Toms River into something. I forget what, but I heard the Y itself was closed and the building was utilized for something to do with COVID. I thought.
Well, no, I thought like the Y.
Testing
you
center
could
or
pay
something.
to take your kid to the Y all day long.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, for students.
Okay.
Like they'll teach
But the
your
Y
kid there.
itself, as far as the
I
pool,
think
the
so.
gym, and all that, was
Yeah, I
in
think
Toms
so.
River was closed. I heard.
I think so. Yeah.
Hmm.
So run it back now. Ultimate Fighter. You ended up on Eddie's team, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ended up on Eddie's
That'd
team.
be a good time being with
Yeah,
Eddie, man.
hell
That's,
yeah.
One of the best head kicks of all time.
Oh,
you
thank
had
you.
one of the best head. I think
Thank
even
you.
Dana said it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you said it at the time. I've
Yeah.
been searching for the head kick
Yeah.
ever since then.
It was amazing. Yeah.
No, yeah, it was good. It was a good time.
A-
Great,
and
great
she was a
opportunity.
worthy opponent. You guys were going at it. What was her name?
Deanna
Yeah.
Bennett.
You guys were going at it. It was kind of toe to toe. You guys were both in it to win it, and you were throwing a lot of, and then you just hit her with that headshot, perfect time to,
Yeah.
head kick. It was amazing. Put her out.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it felt great.
Yeah,
It was great.
I'm sure.
I
Yeah.
was losing my mind.
Yeah.
I had a tough weight cut.
Yeah, you were running around
So-
screaming a little bit.
Yeah.
You deserved it.
yeah, it was crazy.
And that got you into the finale, right? Or was that, no, that was the
that-
one before it.
That was the quarters
Yeah,
that got
yeah,
me into
okay.
the semis.
Okay.
And I got Roxanne in the semis,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then just never made it to Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was tough making 25 for you, though.
Yeah, they didn't have a
it's
135,
terrible.
right?
It's
At that
terrible.
time?
No, they had the division. They just didn't
But
have
it
it in the
wasn't on the
Ultimate
show,
Fighter.
yeah.
On the show, yeah.
Yeah. So when I went out to tryouts, they had advertised it as a 35 show, and I bought my little one-way ticket, my little Southwest ticket, scraped up my little bucks, and then they announced it's 125, and I'm like, oh, like my heart
Oh,
drops.
shit.
I'm like, oh shit, like, I'm like, all right, let me, I thought about it, like, damn, do I try to get my money back and just say screw this thing and
Yeah.
get into the UFC another way? I went home and was like, nah, I gotta find a way to make the weight, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta find a
How
way.
How close were you?
Every
Well, you
time
made it. You
by
made
the skin
it.
of my teeth.
She made it on
the show.
No,
on the
no,
show,
on
no.
the on the finale. How close were you to making?
I was
You were-
about 4 pounds out for
Okay.
before they called the ambulance on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you were having a tough cut then, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's
Hurt.
crazy. You went from 200 pounds right out of high school, cutting to 125.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Can't be. mad
You're a
at that too
natural
much.
155er, and you said your cut was pretty easy, but cutting to 135, I mean, that was a little daunting for you at first. You know?
Yeah, well, I just never knew how hard it was going to be.
Right.
But did it the right way. It wasn't too bad, honestly.
Imagine going from, I mean, obviously you didn't do it in the show. How heavy were you going before you flew out? How heavy were
I
you?
was $150. when
$150.
I landed. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's cutting
25
25 pounds, yeah.
No joke,
Yeah.
dude. No joke.
Yeah, I landed at one. That was one of the when I was at the tryouts. The producers were like, "You're too big," and I was like, "Bro, I swear,
I'll
you
get
let
it.
me in this house.
I'll
I
get
swear, I'll smash this whole fucking thing."
That's amazing.
And they were like, the guy was like, "You can't. If you show up in Vegas over $150, I'm sending you right back. Like, I'm sitting you right
Yeah,
back
yeah.
on the plane." And I was like,
Came in at
"Bro,
149.8.
came in like phew, like at like a
Gated
$150.
in.
I was like, oh shit, because I was like $165 at the tryouts or something like
Damn.
that. Because
Wow.
I mean, I hadn't been training at the time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
The baby I hadn't fought in almost a year. I wasn't really training. Baby was just born. I was kind of like trying to figure my
Preoccupied,
career
yeah.
out. Yeah, and I was like, oh shit. Just figured
Crazy
this out.
how things work out in life, right?
Yeah, no, it's worked out perfect. Yeah.
Now, when the coaches were obviously Mark, Ricardo, right, for Eddie, and you just hit it off with Mark, obviously. Everyone does.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
hits it off with
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah.
I don't think Ricardo ever came out.
Oh, he
but
didn't? Okay,
no,
okay.
Ricardo never came out, but Mark came out. Marlon came out.
Yeah.
Who else did he bring out? Ryan Cafaro
Yeah,
came out a
yeah,
bunch.
yeah.
He brought out Will Martinez.
Yeah.
He had
Ray,
a couple
Ray,
of guys.
Ray, yeah.
Ray
yeah.
Robinson. He brought out.
Perez,
Missing
Frankie
some
Perez.
guy.
Well,
Well, Frankie
Yeah.
came out. No shit.
Yeah, Perez. Caitlin came
Oh,
out.
that's right. Yeah,
Man, Eddie had like a new coach every
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we got to meet everybody. But yeah, I hit off of Mark right away. Mark had a spar like the first day.
Did he? Oh, typical fucking Mark.
And I was like,
Let's see what we got here.
yeah. I was like, these guys are nuts. This is great. I was like, all right. Like literally first day of filming. Yeah, like.
Now, how did you deal with the show? Cause when I was a coach on the show, but I was never a contestant. And I mean, as soon as you walk like around the building, boom, the camera in your face the whole fucking time. I'm in the shower, there's cameras there. But like at least when I got to leave and go home to my kids, no cameras. At least I had a break. You guys are fucking the whole time. 6 weeks, right?
Listen,
The
buddy,
whole
buddy,
time.
don't talk to me about having your life on camera. I know a little something about
So,
that.
yeah, you got. Yeah, you probably know what works.
Yeah, but this is crazy. Well, I guess it probably was like that at the Jersey Shore house.
Although I was never a cast member, I don't mean to come across like that.
They have to wear. I know, but still, they had to wear the microphone right
Yeah.
on your
Mhm.
octagon chains,
yeah.
and like in the middle of the night, people would come in the room and wake them up
the-
to change their fucking batteries.
The-
on
Yeah.
the thing.
it was totally like that. And again, I'm not trying to come across like I was a Jersey Shore cast member, but we did do a spin-off show, if you remember, and which was not as intense in Jersey Shore at all. But the rule with Jersey Shore, the rule was everything was filmable, and they you got to remember they have all the mounted cameras in the ceiling. I think there
Yeah.
was something like 40-something cameras in the house, and then you have all the shoulder-mounted guys. But the rule was the only off-room or off-limits, I should say, room was the bathroom if you wanted to go in and pee or take a shower or whatever. But if one other person came in, it's called two's a party. A cameraman comes right in.
Oh wow!
Two's a party, they call it. Yeah.
There was cameras in the bathrooms. I
Yeah.
think at UFC.
Oh, there was.
Yeah.
There were
Wow.
mics. There were mics in our
Oh,
bathroom.
Mike's probably, but I don't know
Nah,
about
there's
cameras.
cameras.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how they did for the guys.
Yeah, I don't know
the
how
girls,
they pulled that off.
The girls, they just put audios in our
Yeah,
bathrooms.
maybe I'm thinking wrong, but
We had audios in the locker rooms. We had audios in like
yeah.
all the shower areas. Yeah, we had
Mm.
audios.
Nah.
But the cameras are they're right there. In the middle of the night, the first night, the guys like changing your battery, freaks you
Yeah.
out. It's like
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning.
What
It's like
the
a guy
fuck?
standing over you, like
yeah.
fiddling around at the corner of your bed. Like, what the hell are you doing?
You doing, bro?
Changing your batteries.
Yeah,
it
it's
was,
crazy.
It was kind of
But
bizarre.
Yeah.
A story. You know what I mean? Experience, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So you didn't make weight at the end, so you didn't fight your way into a UFC contract. How'd you get your call up?
So when I was hospitalized after Nico, we can thank God for Ali too.
Yeah.
Ali kept my job. But yeah, they offered me like a regular starter contract. They scratched the whole contract I was offered going into the Nico fight and coming out of the Ultimate Fighter. They scratched all that.
Okay.
And they was like, we'll give you an entry level contract, and we'll give you opportunity to try to make the weight again. So I fought like Lauren Murphy a couple of months after that, and that's how I got my foot in the door for the
Right.
actual UFC. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I did well enough on the show.
Yeah.
And I was not, like, I made the weight 3 times in a row, like back to back on the show. Like,
That's
I
the
can
hardest
make
time
the
to
weight.
probably make it.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I think I just screwed up coming home after
Yeah.
the show.
Let loose a little bit.
Yeah, I got way too back
Too high.
pre Ultimate
Yeah,
Fighter
yeah.
weight, and then
Yeah,
by
right.
the time I tried to cut, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
miscalculated.
But
this
going
one.
up has probably been the best thing for you, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
1,000%, way better,
Yeah.
way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to focus more on just your skills and instead of so much fucking diet and weight. You know what I mean? That takes away from a lot of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes away from like, I got into martial arts because it was fun. I wasn't
Yeah.
really ever an athlete, and it took away from a lot of the
Right.
enjoyable parts.
Mhm.
It took away from a lot of the skill set training. Like,
Mhm.
I couldn't do any of the extra stuff. Like, after training, you want to hit bags, you want to do ground and pound, you want to jump rope. I just couldn't. I physically couldn't
Yeah.
get through so much of training
Right,
because I was
right.
so calorically depleted.
Right.
I hated it. So much better life for me at bantamweight. I'm having a much better
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, I think you're looking good. That last fight.
Amazing fight. Didn't go your way, but what an amazing
it was a
fight.
solid fight. I mean, you
Thanks.
plus you fought 2 weeks before that, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
like, yeah, literally. Yeah, like
literally
14 days.
Yeah, like 14 days. So just to run it back like that, I think I say you came back, man. Respect. That's not an easy task to do,
I saw.
especially one's in Vegas. and then one all the way out in Abu Dhabi. So.
Yeah, and I came back to Jersey in between.
In between, damn, yeah.
I saw somebody compared that fight with you and Viata to Frankie and Holloway because of the size difference. She was so much longer and rangier, but you did well in that fight. I watched it, when it happened, and I just brushed up on it a little bit before we came here. You did well in that fight, but yeah, she was a lot bigger fighter.
Yeah, yeah, and I appreciate it.
And that was like Frankie said, a 2-week turnaround on that one?
Yeah, 2-week turnaround, yeah. I kind of...
You had to fly here, you fly back because you had to be out there 10 days, right, before?
Yeah, so, like, I fought on Saturday, like, the 14th or whatever, I can't remember. But I fought on a Saturday. I got back to Jersey on Sunday. They offered me the fight on Tuesday night. I was back on the plane first thing Wednesday morning, like 6 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like...
I think when the UFC calls, you got to go, right? I mean, you got to go. And that shows they got a lot of faith in you to take that quick turnaround fight like that. I mean, I think that says a lot about them picking up the phone and calling you as to what kind of fighter you are and what kind of faith they have in you. So
yeah, definitely up my stock in the company.
Yeah.
And when are we releasing this? I just signed again.
Oh, yeah. No, this will probably go out on probably. I'm guessing we either drop it on Friday or Tuesday.
Yeah. She won't be too mad. I won't say who.
Yeah.
I already signed another one.
Nice.
Did you?
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's definitely helped my stock.
Amazing.
Yeah. They like people that are willing to step up for them.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've got a couple title shots. I'm always raising my hand like, I'll jump in. Yeah. That goes a long way with them.
Oh yeah, like training with you and the other guys in the gym, like definitely inspired me. I'm like, man, Frankie fought at 55. Like Frankie went to South Korea.
Yeah.
Like Frankie's like, you're a fucking general in the gym. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going out with Abu Dhabi.
There you go. Hell yeah.
I'm doing it.
How was Abu Dhabi? What'd you think of it?
It was fucking dope.
Yeah,
it was great.
yeah.
I had a great. It was well worth it. And then I doubled back to corner Chukagian.
Oh, that's right.
So I went out twice. So as fighter and quarterman, it was well
right.
worth.
I did see you in the corner in that fight. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was worth the trip. It was. I mean, they treated you nice. And, you see
high level.
Yeah, they treated you
the
pretty.
W. Right? And not like Vegas up in the fucking Renaissance and shit.
Yeah, Vegas. Yeah, the Vegas they had you. Not even the Renaissance. I feel like they had you at like the Holiday Inn for a second. They had us at like one of the little apartment hotels.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's definitely high level.
Red roof in.
Yeah. I mean, they had us at the W, and then even the flight, like the Etihad Airlines is already high class.
Shit.
Yeah.
Every single person I've seen interviewed that's been there I don't see how you could really say anything bad about it. Everybody is just giving it crazy accolades, being over there fighting.
Yeah.
I think I even saw something with Herb Dean was talking about how amazing time it is over there.
Sure. Only sucks you just got to commit like 2 weeks to that. To go, right? You know?
I think the fighters that at least on the ground that I saw struggled with the most was the sleep schedule. And if you can kind of get over that.
So now, okay, question, because you fought normal time here in the States.
You fought
over there was like what time was that over there?
So my fight, the main card of my fight started at 6 a.m.
Wow. Okay.
So I was up in the locker room by like 4 a.m.
Wow. Now, did you? When you were out there, did you stay on States time, or did you just try to get on their time, or just whatever?
So I just took a fuck it approach. I just slept whenever I felt like sleeping. I was like randomly like, all right, let's go to sleep now.
That's awesome.
Because it was just it became too much of a math mind game trying to figure out like
what time should I sleep, what time should I get up?
Yeah, and then you still have like all the other regular obligations. You still have
so
media.
You still have to do all that, right?
Yeah.
Then they don't give a shit what time
you're
trying to sleep schedule is.
Yeah, and they tried to push all the media to like the evening. Like local Abu Dhabi evening time. So all the media was like trying to be like weigh-ins were like 7 to 8 p.m. or something like that. Yeah. Like all the media was like at night. But like, I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. What difference does it make if I do media at 7? So like when I was up, I was up.
Now, your fight against BJ, your first one was Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi,
You fought outside, right?
Outside.
Hot as hell, right?
It was pretty warm, yeah.
Wow, they put you guys outside for
what time?
Yeah.
It was an open arena, right?
Yeah. It was outdoor. Yeah. No, it was like afternoon here, so it was nighttime there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
so they let you guys fight like nighttime.
It's like what Habib and Poirier did it.
Yeah.
They fought normal time there, and then it was afternoon here.
Afternoon fight here.
What was your take on that fight?
I could first of all, like we all knew Khabib was an amazing grappler, but he just whipped out jiu-jitsu out of nowhere. I was like, I'm like going back to all my Khabib fights. Like, we ever seen him do jiu-jitsu? Yeah, he's just a killer, man.
He really is.
He's just next level on the ground. Like he's doing stuff on the ground that he hasn't even shown yet in 30
Mm-hmm.
fights, so I thought it was pretty cool. I never really thought Justin had crazy jiu-jitsu, but I thought his wrestling would keep him in the fight a lot longer.
Yeah. I was amazed how easily he mounted him at the end of the first. He got saved by the bell because there was only about 30 seconds left. And then the way he took his back the second round, it just seemed so easy, so easy. Almost like Justin gave it to him.
I think what impressed me the most, I put him like, it doesn't matter. You see all this goat talk going on right now. And to me, it's so dumb because it's opinion. Every you could have a goat, you could have a different goat. You know what I mean? It's all opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's made that I'm sure whoever made up the first moniker goat or best of all time, it's just a journalist to fucking have something to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for people to talk about. But I had George. The only reason John Jones isn't is just because of everything else on the outside. You know what I mean? I do think he's probably. I mean, how many times he defend that shit? He's nasty. He ran through people. As of late, he hasn't been as dominant. But I had GSP because he did everything. He has almost as many title defenses. No drama. Always respectful dude. And then I put Habib ahead of him because I feel like Habib was. I only had 4 title defenses or 3, but he was so damn dominant.
And George has lost.
So
before,
damn dominant. Yeah. George lost a couple times, and I feel like George took you down too. Like you couldn't stop what George was gonna do, but like Khabib literally was like, "I'm gonna tell you. I'll send you a letter and tell you what the fuck I'm gonna do, and you're not gonna stop it.
Talks to you while
you're not
he's
gonna
doing
stop
it.
it.
Yeah.
He's so dominant.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I mean?
crazy.
So
Yeah.
I gotta give it to him for that.
I would agree.
Yeah, he makes guys look like.
What about Mighty Mouse? Is he even in the? Is he even
he
in
is
the
too,
argument?
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, he is.
Again, I can't state stats. I don't know Mighty Mouse's victories. I don't know his title defenses. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think Jones said he's 14 and Khabib's 4 or something like that, right? 14?
3. Yeah.
So I mean that would make sense from a statistical standpoint, but then again, you bring in the PEDs, you bring in the history outside of the octagon, and I tend to agree with you. But where's Mighty Mouse and all that? What is his record?
He's there too. He has a couple losses as well.
His title defenses
I
are
think
how
people
many
just-
though?
Yeah, a lot, like 8 or 9.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse.
But a lot of
got
people
lot.
also like look like his competition.
Yeah.
Compared to the competition Jones or Habib.
Yeah.
Another thing too, if you look at the pound list, Habib is number 1 now, and he beat Gaethje, who's on the pound list. Dustin Poirier's on the pound list. Like how many people did Jones beat on the pound list? Which I'm sure back in the day he beat a bunch of them. I'm sure Machida was on that list or Rampage maybe at one time. I don't know. So again, it's all based on your opinion on why you like somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jones is definitely getting salty about it.
He is.
He is.
He's super salty. I'm way over.
He wants to go to heavyweight, right?
Something.
Says there's nobody left at light heavyweight. Wants to go to heavyweight. Is he gonna?
Well, he gave up his belt.
Right, at light heavyweight.
Correct.
He's going to heavyweight,
that's
correct?
why he gave up his
But
belt.
there's nothing been announced, right?
No,
He's calling out Brock for a while.
He says he's going to
obviously.
take some time to gain some weight.
Yeah.
He's trying to get.
I could show him how to do that. That's not a problem. I can show him easily some diet
I think
tips.
Stipe probably wants to fight him.
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
I think Stipe would be nice, but hopefully not Brock. When he was calling for Brock, I was like,
He was, yeah. I don't know. It
just doesn't make any sense.
I agree. It doesn't, especially what happened with Brock his last fight. But something about me would like to. I would tune in and watch it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, that's people watch.
Skinny guy, the classic skinny guy versus the monster.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Adesanya versus Yoel and.
Yeah.
Or actually, not even Yoel. His last fight,
Costa,
yeah. He was a monster.
How about those two fighting one day? Those two are kind of
talking shit.
Adesanya Jones.
Adesanya and Jones.
That's an interesting fight.
That is.
I kind of like that one a lot.
I would like to see that.
Would that be catch weight?
No, I mean I think it would have to be a 205.
Who's going up? Who's going down?
It'd have to
205?
be a 205.
Yeah. Izzy'd have to go to 205.
Yeah.
Yep.
No way Jones making 85.
No way. He's
And now Jones supposedly he's talking about he's going to be he's gaining weight to go up to heavyweight. So.
Right.
Yeah, who knows if that'll happen. I was
He'd have to gain a lot of weight. Brock comes in right at 265, right?
Brock, I think has to cut weight.
Yeah.
I think he has to cut to make the limit. So how long do you think we're gonna have to take fucking COVID tests for fights? You think like COVID tests are gonna be like the new AIDS test that we have to take? You know what I'm saying?
You do the brain touch or did you do the new
every
one?
day. I've done them both.
Yeah,
and they're
I've
both
done
just as
both,
bad.
yeah.
Like I'm creating scenes like at the test place, like because I'm gagging and like I'm grabbing the lady by the arm. It's like I hate it, and I hope it's not a normal thing.
Yep.
Like, cause it's crazy. Cause like, listen, and again, I'm not like this is real. People get it. People get sick. I'm not saying that, but people get sick from the fucking flu too, right? And that's
No,
been around
no,
for-
not this year.
Yeah,
you see the
no.
stats on the flu this year? Nobody got sick from
No,
the
but
flu
I'm
this
saying
year.
like- I'm saying like
Five people got the
but
flu
I'm
this
saying
year.
like fighters, you've had the flu before, right?
Yeah,
As a
yeah.
fighter, I've had the flu before,
Yeah.
but I've never been tested for the flu to fucking fight.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, and they're giving you so many. So
Yeah.
you can't even just pass like.
And for people like you who are the epitome of health, the flu would probably feel worse to you than COVID does. You'd probably be more symptomatic. You'd probably be down and out for longer. I mean, your last opponent had it and didn't even know. Muniz had it, didn't even know because he was asymptomatic. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sane. It's probably the only inconvenient part of
that, yeah.
of the whole.
Because
shebang.
I'll tell you why. Because it's the situation I was in, where you're getting ready to fight, you get there, you tested negative, your whole team tested negative, you're about to get on a plane, your opponent's positive. Like what the fuck? It's like another thing you have to worry about.
It is.
So like not only do you have to worry about you getting injured or your opponent getting injured or you getting now it's like I gotta worry about fucking false positive bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
But that being said, let's give the UFC a lot of credit because they're like the only show in town, really. I mean, it's starting. Florida's opening up. I guess some of the sports are starting. He's back. Todd's back playing baseball, but for a long time, the UFC was the only show in town. So you got to give them a lot of credit for that they were able to pull that off.
Absolutely.
Oh, it was definitely genius how they got it done. Because I was on the string of the first few cards in Jacksonville, Florida. And I was like, it's impressive how quickly they were able to get shows up off the ground. And
literally, it took like 2 weeks. And bam, found the
Well,
fucking place.
WWE got one off the ground before anybody even knew it. They snuck it in Florida. Remember?
Yeah.
They were like
Dana was like a week later, I think.
He was like, I think he looked at that. And was like, I got some ideas out of that.
But now, you see, that's what I'm getting. All right, Florida. I seen the Miami Dolphins can have 65,000 people in their stadium. Yeah. Why not put a fucking fight there?
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight in front of people, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. It's outdoor stadium too.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
They say it dies outdoors too.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I feel like fresh air kills like a lot, so I'm always down for that.
Yeah.
What is your take on a whole? Do you think again, none of us are saying, I'm sure you're not, that it's not real. It's a tangible thing. It happens. It's killed people. I tend to go to the stats and say that the most compromised people with 2.6 comorbidities, the elderly. What do you think? It's overhyped in general?
Yeah, way super overhyped. Like super annoying, overhyped.
Exactly.
And then like I have a kid now, and
Right.
like she usually travels. Like I can't travel because like I'm like I swear to God, if anybody kicks me off a plane because I'm not putting a mask on my 3-year-old.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna be on like TMZ. Like
Yeah.
UFC
But
fighter
2-year-olds are exempt. Do you think anybody's gonna like ask you to see a birth certificate if you say my kid's 2?
Well, I heard
You know
one
what I mean?
lady got kicked off the plane. Like I heard
Because they asked the age of the child?
they asked the age of the
Oh,
child.
really?
They said this kid looks like it. Your kid's over 2. Your kid's got a. I
Kid
guess
had
the
a-
kid
kid
was
had
like
a mustache.
4 or
Yeah.
something like that. So like my kid's 3.5 and she's tall. She ain't
Yeah,
passing for
yeah.
2.
Right.
Like she ain't. She's all intelligent, like conversing. Like she ain't passing for 2.
Right.
So it's just. I think it's super overhyped. I think it's
I
like.
agree. I think we're on the same page there.
Let's move on.
Fear mongering.
Did you see?
Yeah,
Again. That dude from Atlas Gym. What's his name?
Attila's Gym? Ian Smith?
Attilas, yeah.
Ian Smith.
That guy. He again. I don't know if it's true, but he said that he dug up a paper that was done, in the past, saying how masks make people sick.
Yeah.
And it was actually written by fucking Fauci.
Yeah.
He was like one of the dudes
Yeah.
to put something. I'm like, what? I don't get it.
It's
I don't know if that's
it's
true.
the
It's what he
bacteria.
put.
Even they say really the only effective one, like truly effective, is the N95,
yeah.
which most people can't afford. You're supposed to change it daily, but most of what we're breathing through, which the governor says is acceptable to wear, is just trapping bacteria in, and people are getting respiratory infections because of it. I mean, that's not rocket science. It only makes sense that you're supposed to exhale. You're not supposed to breathe it back in.
Yeah, we have these lungs that
Right.
are amazing at filtering things
Yeah.
already. Like we
Yeah.
should use them. Like that's I think is the problem. Like if fresh air and exercise don't solve it, like I feel like that solves most of our problems, guys.
Yeah.
Like but
people
like,
get so passionate about it. If they see you not wearing one, people are so. They're convinced that you're killing their family. You know what I mean?
it's really bizarre.
They're so passionate.
It's bizarre. I haven't. Thank God, no one's like. I haven't ran into anyone like personally accost me, but I mean, it's
But it's just another thing for nosy people or people that have their nose in the air to be like, you need to do this or you need to like.
Karens, the Karens.
Yeah, I guess call them Karens.
Yeah.
And again, nobody in this room is saying that it isn't a real disease. It is.
You said it before, though. I heard you.
But
It's no more. I mean, like I agree with the whole flu concept. Like, there's a lot of.
I would love to be able to pull up stats. That's something we want to do at some point. We want to be able to pull things up, and that's the next thing we're going to add. But I can't cite it, but I know the flu count, the flu. I guess the flu count is incredibly down this year as opposed to all the years in the past. Is that a coincidence? You think that's just a coincidence?
No.
That the flu was essentially non-existent this year?
No, I think people probably get in the flu and they go to the doctors and they're like, boom, COVID.
You know what else? You know what else?
I think you get in a car accident, you go to the doctor.
Yeah,
COVID.
No. You know what else I saw? They're talking about total deaths from 2018. Total deaths. It was like
2020 is less than 2018 and 19 together.
Not combined, no.
That's what I read. Really?
No, you read it wrong.
Okay.
It was like 2.8 million. Then it was like 2.9 million. Now this year we're on pace to do less, 2.2 million. But now people say is that's because we were indoors more and we didn't go out and fucking get in car accidents or that. But I feel like it's still the disparity is way too much for that to matter.
Oh, they were taking into effect. That's just total deaths. I thought it was disease-related deaths. I didn't know it was car accidents and shit. I thought it was just disease-related. I didn't think they were figuring in,
You're right.
fucking base jumpers and shit. I didn't know that was getting figured into it.
Fucking dudes just railing lines.
Wow, you got some?
No, I don't fuck with that stuff.
I don't either. I'm joking. I would add to that statistic if I did it. I'm so old.
You don't look like it, pal.
Yeah.
And you're a day, you're fist bumping.
And you're on steroids.
Yeah. Oh man, I could just probably roll with you and get jacked.
Yeah. Maybe back in the day. I'm pretty fat now, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't take steroids no more?
No, I haven't done that shit, and I haven't done any drugs in.
What? Steroids a drug?
Over a decade.
You think steroids a drug?
Of course, it's a drug.
Why?
Why is it a drug? It's a banned substance. You don't think people?
I don't think marijuana is a drug.
Well, I don't either, and it's funny because I've said it before, and I catch myself saying it. It's not. No. You call it medicine.
It's medicine.
Yeah.
And you see, I don't know. Are you? Can you vote in Jersey?
Yeah, I'm registered to vote. Yeah.
Did you vote?
I haven't voted yet.
Right.
No, yeah.
I'm not. Whatever.
Yeah, we're not going to put you on the spot like that.
Whatever you vote for president, I'm not advocating for either one. I'm advocating for. I don't
just
know.
that you
I
vote.
think it's called Preposition 17. I don't know.
Oh, proposition. Yeah, on the back.
Proposition.
Yeah. Question 1.
Proposition.
You said preposition. You're on fire tonight, boy. If I said half the shit you said, I'd be whoopie pies, bro. You rode me for an hour over whoopie pies.
Right, you're from fucking
Mass.
New England.
You're from Mass.
You know what a whoopie pie is?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what a whoopie pie is.
They're like the little chocolatey.
Yes.
Little creamy dessert.
Yes.
Like a moon pie?
No. Well, I don't know. Actually, what is a moon pie? I don't know.
Okay, so no, it's not a moon pie. Moon pie has marshmallow in it. It's like it's like a Hostess kind of
with cream filling.
It's cream
right in the middle.
Yeah, you gotta buy me one, bro.
Yeah, buddy, I'll buy you one. No problem.
I did get some ho-hos the other day. Are they kind of like ho-hos?
I mean, you say kind of. They're similar. Yeah, they're similar, but not the same thing.
Funny dogs.
It's definitely a New England.
Funny bones. That's
it.
Funny
bones.
Funny bones.
Peanut butter.
Yeah,
bro, you got
peanut butter.
I'm close. Preposition, proposition, funny bone, funny dog.
Preposition H. Did you vote on preposition H?
Yeah, but no, you could vote. They're gonna decriminal. No, they're gonna legalize it for recreational, and they're gonna expunge every, if you got any drug laws or weed. The rest for marijuana.
Yeah, I was reading on that. Definitely going to vote for that for sure.
100% voted for that. Yeah. And I don't even smoke weed, but I just totally think that is. There's so many benefits to it that far outweigh any negatives. First and foremost, nobody's ever died ever from an overdose from weed ever in history of weed.
Not yet. I'm working on it.
You're working.
That shows its benefits. You can try as hard as you might.
Yeah, right.
Okay, cut myself off this.
But for real, like honestly, like you could. There's a liquor store literally not even a half a mile down the road. You could
By the way, which was never closed during COVID ever.
Ever.
You could always go get your booze. Always.
That was true.
Yeah.
But actually, so was
had nothing to do with tax revenue though. Nothing at all. Zero.
So was the medicinal.
What are they?
Places. Yeah.
Really? No shit.
They're not closed.
Yeah, because they got to keep pharmacies.
Because it's kind of like a painkiller. But I mean, alcohol. I guess they don't want people fucking
getting the DVTs.
ODing, yeah. But you could literally buy as much alcohol as you want. We could buy enough alcohol to kill all of us, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
No one's gonna ask a question.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
What if you die of alcohol? They're gonna say you died of COVID-19.
Yeah.
Definitely this year for sure. That's what they're gonna say. But yeah, you can drink till you're like sick and kill yourself.
Yeah.
But like you can't smoke weed. It's insane.
Nah, yeah. And
then,
what's
like,
the worst that happens when you smoke weed? You fucking eat the
Fall asleep.
refrigerator out.
I was
About
gonna
it,
say
you know?
sleep good as hell.
Yeah.
You guys stay tuned in about an hour, and you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see what the worst is.
Be drooling. Nah.
Yeah, and then when like you travel, you go out to Vegas, and it's so easy. You go,
Yep.
like you go to it's all nice and
yeah,
set up.
yeah.
You got
It's
menus.
great.
You got different. And I rather know what kind of weed I'm buying. What kind of
Oh,
weed
for
I'm
sure.
smoking. Like
Sativa,
right now.
indica, this and that, yeah.
Yeah, right now.
But I got to tell the story about Corey.
Yeah.
Right, so Corey. All right. Corey he's not into weed,
Of course
you know?
not, yeah.
And we went to the dispensary. He's like, oh, man, let me get some CBD gummies. And I'm like, why don't you get some good stuff? He's like, no, man, I had a 10 milligram gummy. Me and my wife split. And, dude, I was bugging out. I was fucking flipping. I'm like, bro. I'm like, all right. I'm like, here, get these. They're 5 milligrams. Let me take half one. Just start really little, all right? Start slow. He's like, all right. And so he buys the CBD gummies and regular 5 milligram gummies. He's like, you fly home with these? I'm like, bro, they're fucking gummies. They're not going to care. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I do it all the time. Don't worry about it. So now we're in the security line to get to go through security.
It's a fucking great story.
The fucking guy goes, "Is this your bag?" Corey's like, "Yeah." Corey fucking looks at me. He looks at me. What the fuck?
And Corey's look too.
I'm like, dude, you're all right. You're all right. So I get through security. I'm putting my shoes on, tying my shoes, and I'm watching this all go down. The guy goes to Corey's bag, fucking pulls out the gummies. He's holding the gummies up. Corey looks back at me. I'm like, holy
my
shit.
God.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like, relax. I hear the guy say, let him take them. Who cares? So
Yeah.
they put in his bag, and they let him take it, right? So now we're sitting at the waiting to get on the airplane. We're sitting in the chairs, and we're sitting there, and fucking I see Corey fucking chewing on these gummies. I'm like, fuck is he doing? I'm looking at him. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, oh, these are the CBD ones. I'm like, no, they're not.
My God.
He ate like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh,
I was like, yeah.
Slept the entire way home.
Yeah. Then the flight got delayed. Got delayed.
Oh shit! So he's fighting it now.
Oh yeah. So now he thought he was gonna be on a plane. It hit him. He fucking fall asleep. Now the flight gets delayed. Now we're about to get online. Now I'm like, I guess group 1 or whatever. I get on. I get on the plane. I see him walking on the plane. Yo, he is ripped. Ripped. We land 6. It's a 4.5 hour flight. We land. He's still ripped.
Yeah.
Yo, still ripped.
That's
definitely.
amazing.
He's probably high until the next day. For
Oh
sure.
yeah. He didn't go.
He's got such a mellow personality as it is. I mean, I can't imagine what he is on gummies.
Yeah. You never had a gummy?
Bro, I smoked weed maybe twice in my life in high school. Never got into it. I just never got into it. I don't know. I probably need it. I'm the guy that needs it. But I get drug tested all the time, so I don't do anything.
You wouldn't be as tan though, maybe.
Yeah. No, this is high blood pressure. This
I know.
is
That's
just
what I
right.
mean. That's what I mean.
But yeah, exactly. That's what I need it for. Because you know me, I get I don't know, worked up over the dumbest little shit. I probably do need it in my life.
Get your panties in
What
a
was the
bunch.
thing I sent you the other day? I sent you something on mushrooms. It said something like if you take 5 milligrams of mushrooms. Remember the thing I sent you?
did, but
It can I forget, but it had a calming effect that lasted for like months.
Yeah,
something like that.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I'm like, shit, I need to do that.
That's another medicine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't tried shrooms yet, but that's
Never.
what it tells me.
Never.
Tried it
No,
once in my life
no.
ever. And I feel like I didn't get good effect from it.
No, everyone's like, "Oh, try it. You'll be good for like 2 weeks." I'm like, all right, "You'll be
Yeah,
calm
that's
for
what I-
2 weeks."
that's what I read.
It's not. Nah,
like, what?
it just it like enlightens you. I don't know. It's just it has a lasting effect. I don't know, a residual effect, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
wake up and you feel grateful.
It said something about you would be, I don't want to say anxiety free, but it would help
Yeah.
with your anxiety
Well, especially
for like months afterwards. And it was
people microdose mushrooms a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And I hear people microdose mushrooms and spar and shit.
Yeah, no,
Really?
I've heard. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
They say it calms them. They don't like that anxiety goes away. All that shit.
I'm surprised you haven't tried it. Nothing that you'd ever try.
I don't know. It's too
No?
pure. It's too pure.
Yeah.
I find it's too pure to fucking have mushrooms on it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
not like
You're a-
sparring.
you're
I
a
feel like
purist.
I'd be too paranoid. Sparring?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, nah, no way.
But no hallucinogens ever?
Nope.
No.
No, just
Good for
weed and
you.
alcohol.
Good
Just
for
weed and
you.
alcohol. I do kind of want to try shrooms now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I feel like I need to do it like
A good setting.
yeah, in a good
around
setting with good people. Yeah, I'm just like,
yeah. But it's
like-
cool. It's I mean,
You know how they like call him the general in the gym? I also feel like he's the general of of shroom. So
Yeah.
you should probably sit in his
Guidance from
backyard
our
if you
leader.
ever want to do it. Yeah.
No, yeah, I feel like
I do want to do that with him one day. I really do. I don't know when it'll ever happen, but
it's a good time. Like I said, it's like I'll be honest. Like I've said it before. Back in the day when I was a kid, I did hallucinogens to get high and get fucked up. Now I do them to see deeper. You know?
Yeah.
I have some questions that are not that I can't answer. At least through what I know now.
Yeah.
Sometimes that helps me maybe look into it a little further.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's stories like that. It's like, all right, yeah, I'll try it, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because before, when I was young, all I heard was like people tripping off of it.
Yeah, no, you're like, oh, you're gonna get, you'll do mushrooms and be like that
it's
forever.
That,
Yeah.
It's that argument or that perspective that intrigues me.
I think what
It
happens
would never
is,
be
listen,
like,
no,
I
I
get
know.
so fucked up, and
I
I'd be
know.
like, I'm out. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah.
But
No, well, yeah. No, but I think like when you hear bad news about like, I think just like someone like you crapped out, bro. It's like you're a schizophrenic person, and that was gonna happen eventually, and the mushrooms brought it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it like I was talking to a couple of people out in Abu Dhabi. I was like, yeah, like those are the things that intrigues me more. Like, yeah, you want to get deeper in and see some deeper shit in your
And it's not like
self,
the third eye, right?
But it also it's just I mean, I go back. What's the way to explain it? Like you're gonna look at this shoe and be like, holy, that you just appreciate this shoe so fucking much. It's like the first time you ever seen a shoe. I bring it back to like you ever see a baby when they're first starting to be able to see like a month, right? When they're a month or 2 months, you could tell they're starting to see more. They start looking at the ceiling fan. And they're looking at the ceiling fan. They're looking at this thing like, holy, it's the
because
fucking
they say
most.
it's first.
It's the most magnificent
right.
thing they ever seen in their life.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it feels like.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm looking at my shoe. I'm in my backyard. I'm looking at the shoe. I'm like, I gotta go see out front. I had to go see my neighborhood. You know what I mean?
It's like you're
And I was just
experiencing
saying,
a first again.
Yeah, it's like a first.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm like, holy shit! It just
Yeah.
it brings things into perspective, I guess. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I would try it. But yeah.
I'm with you. Like I said, I did do it one time ever, and I feel like not that it was a bad experience in any way. I just feel like I didn't take enough or something. You know, I didn't feel like I was on the.
bro.
I didn't feel like I was on the level of everybody else. So I got to give it another shot.
There you go. Gotta run it back.
Yep. And plus, I liked what I read about anxiety and calming and the calming effects of it, and how that's lasting. It can actually transcend over months.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they use it for like people that are dying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a way to make you realize like death isn't so bad. You know,
Okay.
it really gives you.
Well, I'm pretty close, so I should start.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It's I'll be honest. I have an uncle that has ALS, and there's no good outcome of ALS, and he's deteriorating quickly. And I keep talking to my cousin like, dude, we should do mushrooms with your dad, bro. Because like I'm sure he's fucking scared to die. Who's not? I mean, death is imminent. You know it's coming around the corner. You take some mushrooms, I think it definitely makes you deal with it a lot better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, by then, why not too? I would.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Sarge, what's next for you?
Another fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get back in there as quick as possible?
Yeah, we'll get one in for the end of the year.
Yeah, for the end of the year? Right on,
Yeah,
girl.
for sure.
You holding back on
For
something?
sure. Yeah, well, see, I don't know. See, with the UFC, you never know if you're supposed to. I'm
Yeah,
signed already, though.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, you don't have to name
Yeah.
drop, but you're
Yeah.
signed for a fight.
Yeah.
Got a date?
Yeah.
You do?
December 19th.
Oh,
wow.
definitely.
I don't
Sweet.
think they'll fuss at me for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, December 19th.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then I don't think they'll
You
care,
fought
but-
just before Christmas last year, right?
I did.
Right around the 19th.
21st. Yeah.
21st, yeah.
Who was the December 19th card? Is that Where did I see? Who's that?
They did just announce the main for that card.
I can't
Now I'm gonna
think
have
of
a
it.
brain fart.
Oh no, it's is it the 25-pound men's
Is it? No.
and Valentina maybe?
Valentina, I think, fights the weekend before me.
Okay.
Cause she's fighting Jennifer Maia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the weekend right before that.
Okay.
But no,
12th.
they did announce the main card for the 19th, but I can't remember who it is.
Yeah, I
I
know it
can't
was supposed to
remember
be Usman and Gilbert, right? I think originally,
Yeah.
and then that fell through.
Yeah, I think that fell through.
Yeah.
It's been a good fight. I would like to see that fight.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Teammates.
Burns had an injury? What was that one?
No, Usman's just a little banged up still. So
Okay.
yeah, but they're former teammates too. So that'd be a good.
Yeah. Cause Usman never really went back, right? Wasn't he coming out of? What they both had a Black Zillions or
Yeah,
something?
he left once that happened. I think once that
Yeah.
fight, he knew that fight was gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's with Trevor Whitman now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't know he stayed out there. I remember
Mhm.
seeing him in like Justin Spar or something like that.
Yeah,
That's a good camp.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell
definitely.
yeah. It's a great camp.
Plus elevation out there.
Yeah, that's got to be super helpful.
Where is that? I'm not familiar. Big Bear?
Denver.
Oh, Denver. Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Mile high.
Yeah.
So December 19th, you're going to...
Speaking of Denver,
cap it off.
and because we were talking about marijuana, is my experience with Denver. And again, I don't smoke, but I was married at the time, and she partook a little bit. We flew out there to see some friends, and obviously in Colorado and Denver, it's there's
Legal.
you can get it legally. So that was on her bucket list to do. So I said, sure, I'll go with you, whatever. And the friends we were going to meet, they're not into it at all, but they're like, sure, we'll give you a ride. We're picking you up from the airport. So we drive downtown Denver, and there literally is like one on every corner, right? So they drop us off. They're like, yeah, go in here. They don't know anything about it. We don't know anything about it. We walk in. It's this building. You go up to the second floor, and they have like a glass window, and it says on the window, must show a valid Colorado ID and something else.
Oh,
and
Colorado?
yeah, so we looked at each other, and I'm like, we're getting. So she looked a little pissed off and was like, fuck this, So we didn't even try. We walk out, and right across the street, we look back, and it says medical marijuana on that building. Directly across the street, literally directly across the street, it says recreational marijuana.
Right.
So there's two buildings side by side.
Yeah,
One
but
can only use a medical card
Right.
and a Colorado ID. The one across the street, you can fly in from fucking anywhere and just walk in.
yeah,
and buy
but
weed.
I think the medical cards are probably getting it for cheaper.
Probably, yeah.
And then maybe even like different strains.
But they were literally directly across the street from each other. I'm like, I can't believe this place does any business. This place has got to be.
It's like fucking Wawa and 7-Eleven.
Right, exactly.
Shit.
Yeah, same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah. No, I've never been to Denver.
No, I fought
Maybe
in
I've
Denver.
been when I was a kid. Yeah, but
Denver's pretty dope.
yeah, was the elevation bad when you fought?
No, I went out 2 weeks early. I went to Colorado Springs first, trained for like a week, my
Yeah.
last hard week, and then I went down. Like that's even higher than Denver. And then
Yeah.
I went down to Colorado. I went down from Colorado Springs to Denver, and I was fine by that.
Yeah.
time.
Who'd you fight
Yeah.
there?
Henderson's second fight.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the up kick?
No.
No, first one was up kick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The up kick heard round the world.
Yeah. At least fell for a while.
Dude, that was the most banged up I've ever seen you. That to me, again, I don't know how you rate your injuries, but that one to me looked
Well, that
the
one
worst.
just sucked, just because I was fucking bleeding from my nose for like a month. Non-stop.
Oh, yeah,
I had to
sucks.
get. I got my nose packed twice in that like 6 week period. That was miserable.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I got. You know what toxic shock syndrome is?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got toxic shock
like-
syndrome in my face.
No way.
Yeah, so I had the packing in my nose for 5 days, and I was supposed to go I think it was like a Friday. I was supposed to go Monday to get it taken out. It's Friday. I'm like, I have a fever. I'm
Yeah.
fucking like hallucinating. I'm like Renee, I don't feel good. It's like, just call the guy. So the guy said, all right, take him to the doctor, and it was all in PA. Driving there, I'm like fucking hallucinating.
Jesus.
Hallucinating because I'm fucking like, I guess
Yeah.
I guess the infection in my face.
Yeah.
As soon as he took that thing out, I felt so much better.
Yeah.
And it was pouring blood, or it stopped.
No, it stopped, but I kept like fucking touching it. So then finally, he's like, "Dude, you keep touching your nose." That's why. So I put on like a gauze pad. I taped it to my face, and I didn't touch my face for like 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
finally stopped bleeding.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Not touch your face. It's
Not touching my
ridiculous,
face. Yeah, it was miserable. I couldn't get my heart rate up. Nothing.
It's not an actual cut in your. It's a hemorrhage in there that just.
No,
it's
you-
just
you-
blood
you have-
vessels that have hemorrhaged and
You have
just.
a blood vessel. I think what happens, you're not supposed to blow your nose after you get hit in the
Right,
face.
right.
All right. And I.
Cerrone did that, and you saw
Well,
it immediately.
that's
blow
for
up, yeah.
well, that's for like if you have a broken orbital or
Right,
something like
get
that.
air in
Which
your
that's
face,
why you don't
right?
want to do
Yeah,
that. Yeah. But like my thing is, you just don't want to do it. When your nose is bleeding, you blow out a blood vessel. That's what I did. It's like
alright.
I blew out the blood vessel so it wouldn't close. You know,
Yeah.
I even cauterized it, didn't work. They went through my groin, an artery here, and tracked it all the way up, and tried closing it that way,
Oh shit! Wow.
and that didn't even work either. So yeah, but finally it fucking stopped. Obviously,
Yeah.
that was miserable. I got down to like 140 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah.
What? Just because it killed
was-
your appetite?
Oh yeah, I couldn't
Really?
eat, dude.
Wow.
Dude, fucking things up your nose. Oh, so
I can't imagine.
Stop. Yeah, that
So
sounds-
It was
miserable.
the most
Sounds-
miserable I've seen. I stopped by one
Yeah.
day for something, and you were just sitting on the couch with that 2 massive tampons in your face, and
dude, yeah,
yeah, it was.
that sucked. How about you? Have any bad injuries yet?
No,
Good.
I've been
keep
pretty
it that
clean.
way.
Pretty clean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the biggest one is I
Frankie
crashed a
likes to
jet
lead
ski.
with his face a lot. So
I try to not mark. No, I've been coming out pretty clean.
Yeah.
Been able to turn it back around.
That's good.
They've been teasing me at the gym though because I crashed a jet ski while I was out there.
I heard this.
Shit,
I
let's
heard
hear this
this.
story.
That was the worst I've ever looked in my
Let's
entire
hear.
professional
Let's
career.
hear this story.
There's not much to it. I haven't been on a jet ski since like.
Yeah.
I'm like 8 years old on like a Carnival cruise. You know what I mean? Like taking one of those little Florida little jet skis. So it's like Abu Dhabi, and they're like one of the guys is like, I'm Saeed. I'm the liaison for UFC. Blah blah blah. We're gonna go take the jet skis past where we're supposed to go and pew, lap them around this little island. There was like a little marshy area out in the water that had like trees and like a little sand dune. So he's like, we're going to do like a big lap. It's going to be yachts and all kinds of cool stuff. So I was like, phoom. So like first, like, I don't even know how to fucking drive the thing. Like, I can't even really like, I'm like going
What a
in
lot of people
circles.
forget is when you get off the gas, you lose all steering. You got no steering once you get off the gas.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, they didn't tell me anything. They threw me on the jet ski, and I'm like, how do you stop it? And the guy's like, there's no brakes. I was like, all right.
There are brakes though. They have brakes now.
On the new ones, it's not
Well,
a
not like a
brake
brake,
per
but it'll
se,
slow it
but
down a
yeah,
little bit,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
He said, let go of the gas. You want to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, let go of the gas.
Yeah.
No problem. And so, like, the first two, it was 4 of us. The first 2 jet skis took off. Once I sort of got my bearings, I was like, all right, cool. But the first 2, like, they took off way ahead of me. And then the other guy was just way too slow. So it was, like, no in between. So I was like, fucking fighter ego. I was like, I can fucking drive a jet ski. Boom. And just, boom. Started cranking that shit. Like, pew. I think I hit like maybe 45, 50 miles per hour or something like that.
Yeah.
Then like I start cutting it a little too close to the trees and I hit a wake. And before I could even like figure it out, poof, like hard right, straight up the bank. And
Right
through
into the
trees.
island.
It felt like I was in a legitimate accident. Like I was torn from the jet ski. Like I felt myself in the air. Like I felt my feet. Like definitely not. Like
That's
swore
crazy.
only regret is like it wasn't on camera.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
All the
please
fights
don't
you've been in,
cut
and
it.
your worst injury is on a jet ski in Abu Dhabi. That's a great story.
Absolutely,
What did you get
1000%.
for an injury out of it?
So I had my whole eye was scraped up. My
fuck.
whole eye was closed. My eye was scraped up. I got like look, you can see a little on my forearm.
yeah,
I got
yeah,
these
yeah.
going all the way up to my shoulder.
Wow.
From the trees.
Those are legit
from the
scratches.
trees.
Wow.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
All the way up my shoulder, all over the tops of my legs, and my eyelid basically was cut like.
Damn.
And then like I come out the water, I'm like leaking blood. I'm like covered in sand. I'm like there to corner Caitlin. I'm like, sorry, Caitlin. I'm like, my eyes closed. I was like, I'll make it to the fight this weekend, I swear. There's like sand like stuck in like every cut from.
It's a
like,
good story.
No, it's great.
You'll always remember it.
Yeah, and like we called Mark, and Mark's like, I've never seen you look like this out of a fight. What are you doing? It's like, no more jet skis. Like my eye was closed, and that was literally where I've never had like anything coming out of fight.
That's awesome.
I had one black eye once.
Speaking of jet skis, I got to mention this now just because you made me think of it. Did you see Conor McGregor's post with the jet skis in the background of Gaethje and Khabib?
No.
Gaethje and Khabib standing on the beach together. You know what I mean? Where they did the
their square off.
the pre-fight square off or whatever. Fucking Conor put 2 posts up of him in the background on a jet ski. It's fucking hysterical. Go to Conor's Instagram and check it out. It's hysterical.
He's such a troll. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's an instigator, but hey, he talks himself into big fights. So
He talks himself into some really
Well, I
big
bet
fights.
he's happy as hell now.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's gotta be happy as hell.
for
Yeah.
fighting who? Poirier, you mean?
No, I'm saying Habib's a god.
Oh, right, yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he definitely has a path, to the title again.
Mm.
In a way, I mean, he does have a win over him and Dustin. Oh, that's the main event.
Is that
December
my
19th?
main event?
On the
No
19th?
way,
I
that'd
think
be
it
cool.
is. I think
That's
it
gonna be a
is.
huge
Yeah.
card if it is.
Yeah.
Is it?
That'd
I
be
think
cool.
that might be it.
That might be. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like they did just sign that fight.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
They did. Yeah. That
I would love to be on a Conor
Hell
McGregor.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe a Conor card with no fans though.
Yeah.
know,
What's that gonna be like?
Oh,
I
gonna
heard
be the
that's
same.
Yeah, I heard that's the whole hype to get on the Conor.
I
McGregor.
feel like
do you think
I feel like he
difference?
thrives off his fans. You know what I mean?
You think any difference fighting with no fans?
Big difference. I can hear a lot better.
Yeah.
I can hear better. But it is like the first 2 fights, I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. I could rock like this. But like after like the second one, this will be my 4th one coming up.
Yeah,
Like,
you're like, all right, I'm ready.
all
for
right,
fans.
yeah.
Ready,
all right.
ready for him
All right.
back, right?
I
Yeah.
feel like when I walked out and I know it was there, I'm like, oh, that's when I was like, wow, okay, this is different. But as soon as the start slinging,
Yeah,
it felt exactly the same.
Yeah, once the fight starts.
It was good. I could hear Mark. I heard Mark fucking shush. Shut up, telling all the other guys shut up.
Yeah, like at one point I'm fighting, I could see Mark like flap his hands out. Everybody shut up. Like tag Mark, like salting guys over there. It's funny. It's a little bit more like it feels a little bit more like Fight Night in Abu Dhabi. There's like a few more people around. The cage is a little bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
It's a little bit more like the Apex. It almost feels like a spar. Like,
yeah.
It's like this thing is tiny.
Right.
And then once you get your first couple of punches,
almost feels like the Ultimate Fighter, right?
Yeah, more like the Ultimate Fighter is probably a better one.
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi, they I guess the music, the arena's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
It's kind of lit up a little bit differently.
Right.
So you can kind of like get the feel
of a big fight.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah.
Where is the Conor Dustin fight?
Vegas.
It is.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm happy to be in Vegas. I don't want to go back though.
I feel like his fans will still come even though they can't be there because it's in Vegas. I mean, there's got to be shit open in Vegas, no?
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was pretty much.
I feel like Conor's fans will still come just to be nearby.
Are they allowed? Are they allowed to leave Ireland? I don't even know. How's that work?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that is a good question. I don't know. I know obviously there's a travel ban on some. I mean, obviously China can't fly in, but I don't know about Ireland. I don't know.
Yeah. I think Europe. I think we closed some of Europe to us too, right?
Khabib's best line to Conor ever, I still think, was Ireland 9 million, Russia 150 million.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He's talking about the fans. He's talking about how many
fans
Conor brings over. He's got 9 million people, and Ireland is. I think it was 9 million roughly, 150 million in Russia.
Yeah.
It's because all the fucking people in the U.S. that say they're Irish. There's a
Yeah.
lot more Irish in the U.S. than there are in Ireland.
Oh, no question. Yeah, no question. Well, you're from Mass. Didn't the Irish build Boston, basically? They basically built it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's
definitely there's a lot of them there. Them and black people too.
Yeah. They had a piece of it, I imagine.
Yeah, they played their part. There's a lot of Irish people in Boston.
Yeah, well, Southie mostly, I think, right?
Yeah.
But even fucking New York gotta have a lot of Irish too.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, definitely big pockets of it.
Yeah.
Got to. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's why.
That's
You got everyone. I'm my eighth Irish. Fucking Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, people are nuts over Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
I think I was in Vegas for one of his cards. I don't think I was on it. And I mean, it was just insane. Like people were just. I mean, I've never seen that many Irish flags at one point in my life.
I don't think that many people come over for Khabib, but he definitely is a huge superstar over there. I don't think they travel though. It seems like the Irish come for Conor, whereas Khabib, I don't know that. I'm sure some people come over, but they just come in mass numbers for Conor.
Honestly, those Irish people are. I think I fought the same weekend he fought, not the same card, but then I went to do like 3 fights. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes Friday, Saturday, the UFC will do. I fought like Friday, he fought Saturday, and I seen a bunch of Irish fans, and they're cool as shit though. I mean, they're fucking loud and obnoxious probably on social media, but in person they were cool as shit. They're all trying to have a good time, all banged up. But did you see when they fought? And that was when they fought was in Madison Square Garden, right? Khabib and Conor. Yeah.
When they had the whole.
That was the Garden or was that Vegas?
No, they fought Vegas when the whole brawl broke out.
I'm pretty sure that was Vegas.
Yeah, did you see the videos like fucking Russian dudes and like Irish dudes?
You squaring off? The Irish dudes got their claw clean, bro.
Fuck yeah, bro.
At least in the video I saw.
Yeah, because the Irish dudes just fucking regular just bar drinkers and shit, and these fucking Russian dudes are all fucking cauliflower eared up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every last one of them were like
I saw a couple of videos and
Yeah.
they got smoked.
Yeah, the videos afterwards were the best of the fans fighting all throughout Vegas. That was like the best part of the night. Was like the week after of watching drunk people fight.
Yeah.
That shit was fun.
And Conor actually recently posted like a highlight clip of his, his melee after he lost to Khabib.
Bro,
I didn't realize he got attacked by so many people, and he was fighting back.
Yeah, but
he fought at least 4 guys in there.
Well, no, he
swung at. I should say
he snuck 2, and he got snuck by 1.
Is it 3? I thought it was 4. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe it's 3.
Right? Oh, no,
I don't know.
Maybe,
it's one less than what I said.
It
was definitely multiple guys. One guy came over the top, cleaned him. That guy later posted a video of his eye because Conor got him back with a pretty solid left. Another guy came in. So yeah, I think it was 3. I think there was 3 guys that came in and swung on him, but he was definitely fighting back.
I think one guy swung on him.
Only one guy? No, I think it was
so.
at least 2 guys.
Yeah.
At least 2.
I'll vote 2.
Yeah.
he got swung out pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. And it's insane.
Yeah, those dudes play for keeps, though.
They do.
You
Yeah.
know, you can't run your mouth the way he was. I guess.
Especially
Yeah.
about the religion thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
I
they
think
take so
that's-
serious.
Yeah, I think that's
He
what
was-
pushed it over the
yeah.
edge.
It's one thing. There's been guys like Cody talking shit about Brazil as a country, and that's bad enough. But
Colby.
what did I say? Cody? Sorry,
Yeah.
Colby. Sorry, Cody. Colby talking shit about Brazil as a country, and that's bad enough when you're disrespecting a country. But when you're attacking somebody's religion, man,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
another
yeah,
level.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he
'Cause
talked
people-
about his wife too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't fucking do that.
Like, oh yeah.
I guess
Chael. I feel like Chael originated that though with Anderson. I'll smack your wife on the ass and tell her to make me a steak,
Yeah, that
just
was,
like I like it done, medium rare. When he said that,
Yeah,
remember?
that was. But you know he's playing. But
Yeah.
still, like, fuck, I don't know. I might have to snuff you for that.
Yeah. It's like I know you're trying to get under my skin, but
Yeah, that's walking the line a little bit.
I remember when Chael said it, I was like, "Kill him, Anderson!" Like,
Yeah.
like worked for me.
Anybody ever come for Renee on like social media just because she's your wife?
No,
No.
not.
I
That
feel like
know
she
of.
can fight back. I feel like she'd give it right back to him.
Oh, she would try to, but
Yeah.
nah. I mean, over social media. I mean, you can't. What if I don't give a fuck?
Right.
I can't get you back.
Yeah.
But
Right.
like, someone says something like that, disrespectful.
Tell Sarj about Eddie's idea. I think it's just an amazing idea. We've talked about it a couple times on here, but give her the quick recap.
Yeah,
Eddie came up with this, and it's a great idea. See if you agree.
the Troll Patrol. What's it called? Kind of like bully beatdown.
Yeah.
It's called the Troll Patrol, where so you gotta somehow find out where these people are. So say someone's trolling me on Twitter saying you suck, you fuck, blah blah. So a crew finds this person, right? You find them, and then we show up at the door, like, all right, man, not fight, 'cause you can't fight these guys, but like, all right, you want to fucking talk all this shit? Come do a training session with us and see what's up now.
I was about to say.
I mean, it would be a great concept if you could show up and be like,
Yeah.
fight me, but it's never. That would never make it to a show because there's so many legalities to it. But Eddie's twist on it was, can't fight them. Obviously, that's what you want to do, but make them come and train with us and see what we actually do and see if they could just hang in there for a day or when they tap out and
Just
say,
make-
who's the pussy now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, make it through a day of training. You can't walk up.
Right.
But it's a fucking pretty dope name, Troll Patrol.
I like the
Troll
name,
Patrol
yeah.
is very catchy.
Yeah.
I like. I mean, Bully Beatdown was hilarious.
Beatdown.
It was. I watched every
So-
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a great show.
Eddie, on him, he was on last 2 weeks ago. He kind of gave us all the ins and
Inside
outs and
gossip,
stuff
yeah.
like that. How like these dudes didn't even know each other. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
the
yeah.
bullies, like he's like, I don't even know that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what?
It's all like, man,
Yeah.
of course it is. They just. got a
That's
bunch of
reality
guys.
TV for
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
There's a lot of manufactured shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Roger,
I
Roger's
would
not
be
really
down for that.
6'4".
No, I wear stilts.
Nah, I'd be totally down to like roll up on some trolls.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
right.
imagine
That'd be
that.
my
You take any of that,
Yeah.
Sarge? You got
Oh
haters?
yeah,
Do you?
yeah. Not as much. So when I was supposed to fight Valentina, I got it bad. That was probably the worst I got it. It was
Okay.
when I had the beef with Joe Rogan, and he's got like a legion of
Wait,
psychopaths.
I don't know the story. How'd you have beef with Rogan?
I don't beef. So I was supposed to fight Valentina.
Yeah.
Headline MSG, and everyone was like, "Who the fuck is that girl?" no one knew who I was. So I was getting trolled just because no one knew me.
Right,
It was
right.
like all like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Do you like that? Do you like being the underdog?
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
underdog
nothing to worry
like
about.
like
Yeah.
80% of my fights. And like the Conor McGregor, who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
I had
who the
so
fuck is that?
Many fucking Conor McGregor gifs on my fucking Twitter. It was like, who the fuck is that guy? Like over and over, all up and down my Twitter. And then Joe has his podcast, and I guess on the podcast he goes, "No, seriously, who the fuck is this girl?"
Oh, he did.
Damn.
Oh shit!
And I mean, and just because he said it, I mean, like
People went in.
the next day, people were.
How can Rogan not legitimately know? That's like something Connor would say.
He said that he was like saying joking.
Oh, he
Right?
was.
Did he say
Okay,
that?
okay,
Did he
okay.
come back and say
So
that or
I
no?
haven't seen the whole. I haven't seen the whole thing to this day, but I have seen the clip, and it sounds like he's legitimately like, no, who is this?
Oh, really? He's such an educated guy, though.
And so I went on Twitter. I was like, Joe, you know who the fuck I am? I'm in the UFC. Like
Yeah,
I was in
yeah.
the finals of the Ultimate Fighter. Like you called one of my fights. Like what are you talking about? I went on him on Twitter. Like get the fuck out
Right
of here,
on,
Joe.
yeah.
Like on some half ha shit too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Joe Rogan, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And I mean his fans.
Came
I
for you.
mean, dragged me.
Yeah,
that was the first time I got booed ever. I got booed at the weigh-in
Oh,
in New
yeah?
York.
Oh wow.
It's like,
Wow.
I was like, I live in Manhattan right
Yeah.
now. I trained 45 minutes from here.
Damn.
They
Wow.
booed me at the way. I thought it was great. I thought it was
Yeah.
hilarious. They booed me after the fight. It was great.
Oh wow.
It's a whole nother world, social media.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but now I go on Twitter it's
Now you get
crickets
low.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's just crickets. I have to
Yeah.
I have to pick with somebody, maybe
Yeah.
get some shit going.
I fucking steer clear from that. I don't want.
Now, why didn't that fight happen with Valentina? I don't know.
They just pulled it. I don't think she ever signed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she ever really accepted it.
Gotcha.
They needed a last minute replacement to headline MSG, and so they were gonna give me a title shot.
What a win that would be for you.
Hell yeah, that'd have been
What a
epic.
win.
I was so excited.
You're 15 now.
I'm 15. No, I'm like 13.
13?
now, maybe. Yeah.
Where would that roughly? Where would that have put you if you beat Valentina?
I mean, at the time, I was in the flyweight division, and I was number 2 at the time.
Yeah.
So that would have made me champ.
Oh, you were number 2. Okay, yeah, different weight class. Okay, yeah.
So now I've been away. I haven't broken past like 12 or 13 yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But I felt like I should have.
Coming soon. Coming December 19th, right?
We're on our way.
Yeah. After the Vieira fight, I was like, they'll bump me up a couple of spots.
Yeah.
I was like waiting for the rankings. I was like, oh no, still 13.
Oh, it didn't move it?
Nah, but I don't even know who does those. Yeah, they're
Frank, we born you? You need a nap?
No.
You
Those they don't even matter. Those rankings. I mean, they're for the fans. I think.
Yeah.
If anything, you
Yeah.
know?
Like seriously, I think they're journalists that do it. Like
They say, but I don't know. I feel like the UFC when they want to move someone gets
It
moved,
happens.
feels
yeah,
like.
quick,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Look,
So,
Khabib, he just put
yeah.
his request out.
Yeah,
and boom.
yeah. But like he's he's fighting for a title, he'll bump up a couple spots.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, I get it.
Are you guys completely anti fan fights? Are you all about rankings and making fights and fight histories making fights, or do you find fan fights cool where
I think there's a time and place for them. For sure. Why not? I mean,
like the baddest motherfucker belt, for example.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about making belts and shit, but I mean, just making matchups happen. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Or when Brock comes in.
Yeah, I think listen, there's a reason people want to see them.
Right.
Fuck it.
Right.
It may not because they have a high number or a low number by their name,
Right.
but it's because they did something that makes people want to see them. So.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are cool kind of fights,
Mm-hmm.
especially when like guys and girls who are supposed to be getting fights get the fights also. Like you know what I mean. As long as fights like that don't
hinder everything, hinder the whole
up
process.
You ain't stalling up the division. But
Right.
I don't think they've had too many like bad fights like that. There
Yeah.
hasn't been any fights in a long time. It's like, why'd you match that up?
Yeah.
They've had some pretty good matchups,
Yeah.
even for their like BMF titles. Like I think the rematch between Nate
I
and
can't wait for that. Yeah.
and Jorge.
Is that happening now?
Yeah, I heard it fell through, but I was like, I'd rather see Jorge fight someone else first.
Yeah.
Sort of agree with you on that. Although I definitely tune in to watch that fight, but yeah, I still think
I thought Jorge
George
and Colby's
wins
probably that's probably the fight.
Yeah,
to
I'd rather
make,
see Jorge Colby or
with the
Nate.
bad blood there. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
They were
Yeah.
boys. They were boys
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like that'd be a good fight, and I feel like Jorge beat Nate so convincingly,
Yeah.
even though it got stopped.
Right.
Little ish early, but
I mean, I would like to see how it would have went, but
Nick's a dog, man. I mean, listen, there's a possibility he could have come back from that. You can never count him out, but I mean, that was a one-sided fight from beginning to when it got stopped by the ref.
yeah, for sure.
So, well, Sarj.
Hey,
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
thanks
Yeah,
for
I
having
really
me,
appreciate
man.
you.
This is dope.
Yeah, definitely. So December 19th, make sure everybody look for Sijara at UFC. We don't know what, but it's coming December 19th against to be determined.
Tune in,
Yeah.
guys. Check
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check out your boys, Champ of the Tramp here, on all your podcast formats and on YouTube.
YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Thanks, guys.